I said stop playing with the merch and move.
Can't you see we're busy?
Yes, very busy, darling.
In a special partnership with Sega and Creative Assembly, IGN is teaming up with the developers behind HYENAS in a special rewind theater of their announcement trailer.
Hi, I'm David Nicholson, executive producer on HYENAS at Creative Assembly. This is the IGN Rewind Theatre for the HYENAS official announce trailer. So we start off in this amazing space, looking out on the broken Earth. You can see clearly that this is meant to be a New York ship. And what we love about this is the amount of space. We've got long-range combat, we've got zero-G gameplay, so it's a great space to have fun in our FPS. We're looking here at the character of the bank robber. He's called the Pro. When we're coming up with our characters, we thought it'd be really fun to have a classic bank robber. This guy is that classic New York criminal. He's armed with a shotgun, and in his backpack is his deployable turret. What you'll also see that on his feet are these green lights. They signify that his mag boots are on. Green lights mean that they're on, red lights mean that they're off. And this is fantastic. You'll see in this space here that everything else is floating around in zero-G, but the bank robber's firmly rooted to the ground thanks to his mag boots. We wanted the Pro to have the old school bank robber vibe, so we gave him a Richard Nixon mask. It's one of many nods to pop culture that you're going to see peppered throughout the game, throughout the universe and the world. Here we introduce the Murphs. These are the NPCs, security crew, guarding the loot on the ships. The guys on the outsides are the traditional grunts, but the big one in the middle, that's the elite. He's the most powerful one. He's got a sweeping beam to force crowd control, and he's going to take either special abilities or really good team collaboration to take out. And here's another one of our hyenas. This is Commander Wright, our astronaut. She's the only one who's meant to be there. She's the only one who isn't out of place in space. So as a young kid, she dreamed of being an astronaut. She trained all her life. She was looking forward to getting off on one of the major missions out into space. And then the crack happened, and all of her dreams were shattered. So now she's roaming around spaceships, running around with misfits, trying to steal loot from these crazy Murph on these plunder ships. Here we start to introduce Clout. They're the corporation that basically run everything on Mars. They're the bad guys. They're the ones that are sending the plunder ships down to Earth to pillage all of that precious loot that we're now trying to steal back off them. Here we see our bank robber, the Pro, sliding down the interior of a New York subway carriage. That's clearly been lifted from Earth, being taken back to Mars for the benefits of some billionaire who wants a New York themed attraction in his backyard. So here you can see the For the Win reference, obviously. Another reference there to League of Legends. If you know, you know. And just underneath that is the Atari pin. Quite a number of grenades. This one's the sticky grenade. Does exactly what it says on the tin. Down in the corner there you can also see the red barrels. What first-person shooter doesn't have red barrels? And obviously shoot those and they're going to explode. And here we're introducing another one of our playable hyenas. This is Doc Hotfix. He's one of our support characters. He's clearly a gamer, and to deal with the trauma of the crack, he now absolutely believes that he's a character in a video game. One of the things I love about Doc Hotfix here is, as a gamer, he really leans into making comments in his dialogue about our game design, our systems design, some of our gadgets and gameplay. It's really fun for us to lean into this self-referential attitude of one of the characters in the game. So we've got a great scene here where two of the teams are facing off against each other, trying to decide what to do, because any moment now the Murph are going to burst in. Should they start fighting each other? Should they team up and fight the Murph? What's going to happen next? It's one of those classic standoff moments. If you've seen the film Anchorman, you'll recognise that we've got the brick, the mace, and for those eagle-eyed of you, there is another one in there. See if you can spot it. Here we've got another pop culture reference, the classic Sony Sport Walkman. We've got a whole range of real-world objects scattered throughout the universe from a variety of different decades. Hopefully there's something for everybody to recognise and smile about. Here we're back to Commander Wright. You can see her using her own personal special ability, the foam gun. Such a fantastic tool, so many uses. Here she's using it to create cover and also blocking this corridor to keep those Murph at bay. Here's some more nods to pop culture. You'll recognise the classic Green Army Man and the hot dog fall guy. It's exciting for us to have throughout the universe these references to items that today you may discard as fairly worthless. But in the Hyenas universe, these are worth dying for. These are precious, priceless loot items. It's worth fighting other teams for. It's worth risking your life for. Here we see Doc Hotfix again, throwing his flashbang. Does exactly that. It flashes and it bangs. Super useful. Back to Commander Wright and her foam gun, creating traversable pathways here to get from one ledge to another with her team. Also can be used to create platforms on walls to scale up to higher places. We've got loads of Easter eggs in this trailer, but I'm just going to call out two here. The bone on the left is a reference to 2001: A Space Odyssey, and this awful picture of a dog. Let me explain that. Now, it was on the whiteboard behind our development director during our video calls during lockdown, and it really drove our art director crazy, so we thought it would be fun to put it in the trailer. Yes, that's the Statue of Liberty. Early on in Hyenas, we were thinking, what would be the most brazen thing that these billionaires would want to steal from Earth? The Statue of Liberty, such an iconic piece of culture. They're now getting that and just going to stick it in their back garden. Here we've got the pro bank robber and his special ability, the turret. Fantastic tool to throw out in front of you, clear an area, or even just stop people daring to walk through a door. Here we've got a reference to two street artists, Snub and Sprite. They helped develop the graffiti that you'll see throughout the trailer. And top right, you'll see this cheeky foreshadowing of what's just about to happen to the Murph, with a reference to the Viscera cleanup detail.
I said stop playing with the merch and move.
Can't you see we're busy?
So these plunder ships, they're really just huge floating malls. What you can see here is front of house, where we're selling this New York memorabilia. We've got references to Cat's Deli, we've got pastrami on rye. It's a fantastic place to see these iconic callbacks to New York. What I want to call out in this shot in particular is the gravity switch. Allows you to switch gravity both ways. You can turn it on or off. Really great gameplay opportunities here for surprising a team who are coming in, floating across, and you suddenly switch gravity on, they plummet back down to the floor. We had great fun with this shot, and you can do something very similar in the game. You can fire your grav hook onto somebody else, and they'll just drag you around in 0G. So that was the official Hyenas announced trailer. Thanks for watching. Join the pack and sign up for the alpha. We'd really love to have you.
Huge shout out to our partners at Sega and Creative Assembly. Hyenas is coming sometime in 2023. Visit playhyenas.com to find out even more about the game and to sign up for the alpha.
And be sure to check out the Hyenas announcement stream and developer interviews for even more. And as always, stay tuned to IGN.